Hello everyone, welcome to another vegan and gluten-free recipe. Today I was craving sandwiches, specifically ones that are hearty and packed with protein, so I decided to make these vegan tuna fish sandwiches. There's 13 beautiful ingredients that I'll be using to make the vegan tuna fish sandwiches, so let's go through each of them one by one super quickly. First up, there's 15.5 ounces of cooked and canned chickpeas, which I've rinsed off and patted dry. There's also one 14-ounce block of firm tofu, which I've drained, patted dry, and cut into large pieces. 4.5 ounces of baby carrots, 1/8 of a red onion, 5 ounces of this garlicky caramelized onion variety of hummus, 2 tablespoons of vegan mayo, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt. Fun fact about myself, I absolutely despise actual celery, so I decided to work around my hatred of actual celery and incorporate celery salt instead. There's also some regular salt and black pepper to taste, some romaine lettuce to dress up the vegan tuna fish sandwiches at the very end, a few slices of fresh tomato, and finally a few slices of this seeds and grains bread. It's both vegan and gluten-free. It comes courtesy of the Little Northern Bakehouse out of British Columbia. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a while now, you've probably seen this brand of bread in several of my episodes featuring different sandwich recipes. Now let's get to the 8 steps of the recipe, which I've linked down in the description box if you'd like to follow along with me at home and make some of these plant-based tuna fish sandwiches yourself. If you do click on the recipe, you'll notice that I've made a few modifications. I've definitely added some lemon juice that's not in the recipe I'm following, but for the most part, the recipe that I'm featuring here is pretty darn close to the one you'll see linked below. For step number 1, I'll pulse the tofu and the chickpeas in my food processor, which I have right over here, all ready to go. I'll pulse the tofu and chickpeas for between 1 to 2 minutes. I want to have a nice rough texture, but not a puree, so I don't want to over mix those. Once the tofu and chickpeas are looking nice and combined, I'll move on to step number 2, which is to take the mixture and transfer it over into a bowl, which I have sitting right over here. For step number 3, I'll pulse down the baby carrots and the 1/8 of a red onion in my food processor as well. I'll pulse the baby carrots and red onion in the food processor for maybe 30 seconds until they're looking well combined and roughly chopped. And then I'll move on to step number 4, which is to simply take the carrot and red onion mixture and throw it into that glass bowl I showed you a moment ago with the chickpea and tofu mixture. For step number 5, I'll add the vegan mayo, the lemon juice, the hummus, the celery salt, the regular salt, and the ground black pepper into the bowl with the vegan tuna fish salad mixture. Once the vegan tuna fish salad is looking nicely combined, I'll move on to step number 6, which is to put a lid on the bowl and pop it into my fridge to chill for about 30 minutes. I'll move on to step number 6, which is to put a lid on the bowl and pop that into my fridge for about 30 minutes to chill. While the vegan tuna fish salad is chilling in my fridge, I'll move on to step number 7, which is to take 6 slices of the vegan and gluten-free bread and toast them in my oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. Once the sandwich bread is toasted and ready to go, I'll move on to step number 8, the very last step. I'll assemble the plant-based tuna fish sandwiches right here at my countertop, show you the final product, dig in, and let you know what I think. Let's get started pulsing down the tofu and the chickpeas in my food processor. Well, everyone, we've made it to step number 8, the very last step of this vegan, plant-based tuna fish salad sandwich recipe. I love mayo not only for the color, the taste, but also because it kind of helps to keep a sandwich together. Almost done with the mayo. So close. I'm a huge fan of tomatoes, so I sliced up pretty much all of the tomato I bought from the grocery store. Now we're gonna do the tofu chickpea filling. I grew up eating regular tuna fish salad sandwiches. My mom would make such good food, and I definitely remember this as a lunchtime sandwich. I don't know if she ever sent me or my sister to school with tuna fish sandwiches, but oh my goodness. I can so clearly remember them. I can taste them in my mind. Moving on to the romaine lettuce. I absolutely love a little pop of green on my sandwiches. This is just so much on a sandwich. It's making me laugh because these really are super-sized tuna fish salad sandwiches. I love, love, love having lots of texture in my sandwiches and in my food in general. Overall, I'm very happy with how these are looking. I tried to fill them to the max. I'm gonna try to show you the inside of one of these sandwiches without it hopefully falling all over my countertop. So there you go, a nice little cross section. Let's see what these taste like, shall we? Oh my god, those are amazing. I don't know, I might say it's the best or the most delicious sandwich I've made on this channel so far. I think the garlicky and caramelized onion hummus made a huge difference. I just know I love those flavors, so I think that was a really particularly good hummus to choose for this recipe. Before I just sit here and completely wipe out these 3 sandwiches, I'm gonna wrap up this episode and say thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this recipe down in the comment section. If you like this recipe and are interested in more vegan and gluten-free sandwiches, I've linked 2 recipes for you at the very end of this video. One of those recipes is actually not too far off from this one because it uses the same sandwich bread. It also has lettuce, tomato, I think I used mayo for it, as well as a plant-based protein to mimic bacon. You may have guessed it, it's a vegan BLT. The second sandwich recipe I've linked for you is very, very different from these tuna salad sandwiches. It's a sweet sandwich, it's very creamy, it has peanut butter. It's an Elvis sandwich, which maybe you haven't heard of before. It's very peculiar, I'll say that, but I really loved making them. Definitely go and check those 2 sandwich recipes out. You've got a savory option and a sweet option. Whichever one you're feeling like, click on it, check it out. I think you'll enjoy. That's everything for today's episode. So take care, my lovely foodies, eat well, and I will see you in the next episode on this channel. Bye!